This is what they want us to see. This is what they want us to focus on. Their people. The war between their own. So this is what they want us to focus on. They want us to focus on this.
Nigga, that's crazy right there. Like goddamn.
That's what they want us to focus on. But check this out.
This is why I can't do commentary, because I will cuss a lot.
Police moved in with tear gas and water cannon. They wanted to kill our children. I had recommended to you as an explosive entry device. The house shook. Smoke was coming in, so we knew they dropped the bomb on us. Police allowed the blaze to burn an hour and a half before calling in firefighters. I don't care.
That's crazy.
What they said. There was no justification for what they did. They would burn up 2 blocks. Explain that. I never imagined that the government would drop a bomb on a row house in Philadelphia.
It's an embarrassment to the city of Philadelphia.
My name is Ramona Africa, and I was there when the police dropped a bomb on me and my family May 13th of 1985 and killed 11 of my family members.
That's fucking crazy.
I was born and raised in West Philadelphia. I went to Temple University and I was headed to law school. But after I met Move, I wanted to be a revolutionary. Move is a revolutionary organization founded by John Africa that believes in revolution, not in fighting and bloodshed, but true revolution. I joined Move in 1979. I was listening to what was happening with Move and could not believe that.
Oh, did I do that? Oh my God. Okay, we're back. I'm at work. So this ain't my TV.
Today, the city went to move them. As firemen crawled forward with a water hose, shots rang out.
The Move 9 were 9 of our sisters and brothers who were arrested unlawfully for the murder of a police officer.
So they blew up the whole apartment complex?
To 100-year sentence.
Last December, 9 Move members went on trial for the death of Officer Ram.
Everybody knew that Move did not kill the cop because Move was in the basement. Officer James Ram was standing up on street level, and the media said he was shot on a downward angle. So there's no way that Move could have shot him.
They wear their hair in dreadlocks because
It's funny because they shot his ass and then they gonna fucking blame it on them.
their basic goal is to overthrow the present system of government, which they consider to be corrupt.
People thought Move was crazy at that time because of the media.
They spew out obscenities when they talk. Terrible language.
Rizzo said that he wanted Move out of Philadelphia.
It's amazing that this group has been responsible now for half a dozen, couple, 3-4 years that I know of, and they should have been in prison many, many months ago.
We moved into Osage Avenue because that was our headquarters. It was warm and loving. There was children there. We would take them to
That's
court.
fucked up.
That was mainly our day. Some people said we was on a loudspeaker day and night, every day. That was just a lie, probably promulgated by the police along with the media. We were getting along with our neighbors, and nothing was going on. That's why we were surprised and shocked when hundreds of cops invaded our area trying to throw Moo out of our home. And this was on a Sunday, Mother's Day.
There is a small war underway on a street in Philadelphia tonight. It has been going on all day between hundreds of Philadelphia police and a bizarre back-to-nature group called Moo.
Nothing happened all day, but that night,
Back to
Gregory
nature.
Sanborn, the police commissioner, got on a loudspeaker and said, "Attention, Moo, this is America. You have 15 minutes to come out." Well, obviously, we didn't come out because we knew they wanted to kill us. They didn't want to arrest us. They could have done that anytime.
It was shortly before 6 a.m. when police moved in with tear gas and water cannon to evict members of the extremist group Moo.
When we were in the basement for a while, we didn't feel anything. And then the water started coming down on us. I mean, rushing down on us.
What we intended to do was to create a diversion on the roof of the Moo compound.
It was hard to breathe. Our children were soaking wet. And then they started with the tear gas.
Tear gas started coming in. We dropped the blankets and it was wet. We came over here, just started.
Where the remote at?
They blew a hole in the house to the left of us.
The caption say, never forget
What we wanted them to do
about the war against us. Okay?
and surrender.
We tried
Never
to
forget
get out.
that.
After that, we tried to bring the kids out and was shot back into the house.
With all these other wars going on. Never forget the war on us.
They shot over 10,000 bullets. So that was their intent, to kill everybody in that house.
I don't think that they should kill the people and their babies. They should find another solution.
After that, that's when the silence was.
10,000 bullets and then a bomb is just crazy.
Of silence. And we didn't know what they were doing. We felt comfortable for a minute. And then the bomb was dropped.
That's
The
fucking
house
crazy.
shook. It shook. And then we start feeling the heat and the smoke, which we knew wasn't tear gas. We knew there was a fire in the house. We heard the crackling of the trees that was in back of Osage.
The night skies over West Philadelphia, bright with flames. As many as 60 buildings may be on fire.
I was told, and I saw newspaper issues about people yelling to the firefighters to put the fire out. Why wasn't they putting the fire out?
They dropped the bomb on the house to take care of one Moo family. One move out, they done burn up 2 blocks. Explain that.
It was all in the newspaper that Sanborn told the fire commissioner to let the fire burn.
The fire burned for an hour and a half before police called in firefighters. Tonight, it is unknown exactly how many MOVE members may have escaped the blaze, or how many, perhaps, were trapped inside.
We all decided we was coming out, and we were bringing the children out of the house and hollering to the police, "We're coming out, we're bringing the children out." And their response was gunshots. Bernie was right behind me. So when I decided to come out, I grabbed him. And that's how we both got out of that house, that blazing inferno. Police grabbed me and arrested me and put handcuffs on my arms, even though I was burnt. And they grabbed Bernie and put him in a police van and took him away. I never saw him again.
Like never ever?
I was looking for the rest of my family to come in, and nobody came in behind me. And that's when I knew some of my family, at least, were dead.
Philadelphia police
Police this morning continue searching for more bodies in the burned rubble of a West Philadelphia neighborhood.
That's my client.
4 bodies of MOVE members were found in the rubble of their fortress home. The total now higher than most had expected.
5 children and 6 adults. Nobody was ever arrested for the murder of my family. Nobody went to jail but me. I was arrested. I was the only one put on trial for arson, conspiracy.
That's crazy.
They did. They charged me with
America.
7 years. So I did the whole 7 years. I haven't been back to Osage Avenue since May 13th of 85. There was 61 or so houses burned. It was damaged to the core.
What about the rest of the other families that was there that wasn't a part of the move thing? Like,
some of them never came back.
City taxpayers spent $33 million to rebuild the houses.
The homes that
city
was
taxpayers spent 30. That's crazy.
foundations, they got leaky roofs, the electricity was messed up. They look like project houses.
Wow.
Today, I still have the burn scars from May 13th of 85. And some people have told me, you should get cosmetic surgery. They can take that off. And I'm saying, why would I want to take it off? I want to be reminded.
Oh, that is the saddest. It makes me so
Our
sad.
significance today is the consistent example of move. Keep fighting, no matter what. Because people can look at me and say, I don't want to be in jail for 30 or 40 years. I don't want to die. I don't want to have a bomb dropped on me. But the thing is, you can die any day of the week in this country being killed by police. People ought to take the lesson from you and stand up for what is right. As long as we can fight, we're going to fight.
And this is what we're talking about. Fuck this war between the humans. This is the humans attacking the gods. Yes, there's been a war that's been going on against us as the original beings for the longest, brothers and sisters. And now we got brothers and sisters focus on Israel and Gaza, Hamas. These are humans fighting against each other. Let them humans kill each other. We are primordial deities, also known as gods. We have a duty to bring balance back to our realm. You have to remember, this is all designed by the Archons, so that we can put our energy towards what the fuck these humans are doing and not focus on what has been done to us and what we gotta do. We can't lose sight of the true movement that, and I'm not even saying movement, the true area of awakening. All right? I mean, it's just horrible that we have forgotten the war that's against us, the war that has been against us, the war that will always be against us. And I can give a damn about what Israel and Hamas is doing.
Period. Oh, shit.
All of a sudden, they're fighting each other. And now you're seeing clips where... Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Okay, watch this here. And this is supposed to be about the war that's going on over there. Let's look at this right here.
В Мариуполе под обстрелом украинских боевиков. Мы слышим...
Это Киев. Не то. Ёб твою мать.
Нет?
Вот так.
Нормально. Прямо сейчас он...
See what I'm saying? It's fake war. That shit ain't real. And this is a part of the awakening. Seeing that the same methods that these Saxons use over and over and over again, they keep using the same methods over and over and over again. Nothing changes with them. But we're the ones who change. Because we have made that definite change. We have awakened. See, we're going past the movement that they talked about in the 50s, the 60s, the 80s. We're going past the movement. You know, it's no longer a movement. No. We're in the awakening. This is the awakening hour. And we're exiting very soon. We're to exit the age of Aquarius, and we're entering the age of Aries. And you can feel the energy, the age of the black fire. And all of these gates are opening because we have awakened. And we have made that defined moment to say, hey, we're not going to let anyone regulate our future. That's why their monies are failing. You're watching their banks crumble. You're watching everything. And it's like we're at ease about it. We all are at ease. There's no problem. There's no problem at all. We're cool with it because we know that the shit is fake. And that we can live without it. Of course, these Saxons out here try to imitate us and do the same thing, but these gates are opening. So you got a master masculine gate and a master feminine gate. And then you have, when we enter the gates of Hades, Hades is a master masculine and feminine gate. The gates of Hades is feminine and masculine all together, which is literally going to just bring out, charge up everything that we're dealing with. So we are in the gates of Isis. We're in the gates of Helios, the gates of 1,000 suns, the gates of 1,000 moons. And the energy has literally erected into something extremely powerful, brothers and sisters.
How y'all doing? Got something else for y'all to think on. Some of y'all are old enough to remember this. Remember they were talking about years ago about lead paint and how it was killing people and everything. That was a lie. They took the lead paint out of the homes so they can use those heat censored cameras. You know, like when those helicopters fly over your house, they can see the heat images of you in the house. See, lead can't be seen through. You can't see through lead with X-ray and all that. You can't see through lead, period. Matter of fact, your wireless connection won't even work with lead. That's why a lot of people in their houses, they be like, my reception breaks down, and sometimes I have to go to, it's a dead area. It's not a dead area. It has lead there. And the theory of lead poisoning was a lie. They wanted to take it. That's when the government had all this technology, but they realized they had to get the lead out your house so they can use it, be able to use the new technology. So a lot of us fell for it, thinking it was really lead poisoning, but it wasn't. See, you've been being fooled by the government for years. You got to understand this also. What they do, they come back around to it again in time. Now you have to question yourself, okay, well, where does that make sense then? Well, if they had to come back around, if if persons have lived a long time, they could tell the youth the lies and the myths of what the government is doing. So they can't be around. So now you understanding this COVID. Who did it take out? It took out the ones that could tell you the history of what really happened in the past, not the history that they wrote in the books. Did you get that?
Actual, unedited footage of the March 2015 solar eclipse. What are these mysterious orbs around the sun? Well, all is going to be explained. You should watch this till the end. It's rare and not seen by many. Let me explain in a bit more detail. In 1947, director from a French observatory showed a series of calculations and observations that led him to conclude the following. There is at least one non-luminescent, celestial body of considerable size wandering the skies alongside the sun, moon, and planets. The astronomer and mathematician, Sir John Herschel, admitted there are invisible moons in our skies. Could this be what he is referring to? He also stated that it's becoming more known that the stars are accompanied by large orbs that never emit any light. Next, you will see the footage from a travel company who organized a flight of 50 people to see the eclipse at 40,000 feet.
Of the sun took place, and the Travel Quest International Company organized a flight of 50 people to observe this phenomenon from the North Atlantic, and this is where the subject gets interesting. Several passengers filmed the totality of the eclipse, and the recordings show black orbs without light around the sun. And one of these orbs was covering the sun at the moment of the eclipse. Total solar eclipse, March 20th, 2015. And here we can see a nice view through the window. And this is what I wanted to see. Something real. And something nice and up there, not from our perspective. And here we go. Boom. Now they come into view. The orbs that I've spoken about seeing. Orbs that can actually move independently, but otherwise move as fixed stars. And I told you of the one that flew over my head and then just parked in its position and just appeared to be a star. And of course we have things we are told that orbit in opposition. And here's an example. Here's 4 of them moving in opposition. And what I find fascinating is if this is true, which I believe it is, it seems a lot more plausible than anything I've ever heard on the subject. That means that the stars, or at least some of them, may actually move in front of the sun. And it's certainly the case here with these 4+ orbs. And here we can see it passing, and now we see the eclipse. And we still see the 3 underneath it. Absolutely amazing. And again, this was a group of photographers. It's not just one photographer. And here he helps highlight this, really showing you a lot of the points that many people might want to refute, such as the smudges on the window. And then he highlights these orbs so we can clearly see the way they move. And this just ties right into my last video, where I was showing Emily Suzanne's time lapse of the luminaries and how they all just moved like a clock. And this just all rings so true to me. All the images I'd ever seen, even all the stuff on this platform that will pop up in the first few pages of searching, is all BS, just showing a false picture, doctored up. And this is what always perplexed me, is why I couldn't see the moon before. Even this last eclipse that I saw when I was working at the hospital. Why did I not see the moon approaching it? Well, that makes sense now. It was essentially an invisible orb until it reached this point, and then again became invisible. And again we have proof now that the moon has been out in historical records. We have proof that it's not the moon causing the eclipses, that there are other moons or luminaries that perhaps have burnt out, but still continue their path, true and predictable. And I had no doubt everything was going to tie in together. All of this, the history, the realm, the orbs. And then This creator explains that these were the images that were posted to the news from the same flight, and they were BS images. They had edited out the rest of the orbs. And again, even before I got to this point and to this video, so many of the videos were also edited. Certainly anything with over 100,000 views. And I was looking for videos with very little views, very amateur. But even then, I couldn't find what I've discovered here. And we've since seen lots of charts examining the old world, and even the clock in Prague doing a better job of explaining what's going on in a working model. The Royal Astronomical Society in June of 1850 wrote, "We must seriously doubt that the moon is the only satellite of the Earth."
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and follow at Mike Priest ARR for more content like this.
Each one of us, each and every one of us, to pursue that truth now. Let's start our next story with some pictures. Pictures and videos that have gone viral. The first one is of a supposed Hamas attack. It was shared widely on social media. People called it an air assault on Israel. Turned out it was footage from a video game. The second video is this one. It's a video from TikTok. It shows paragliders crossing a boundary. Social media called it the visuals of the Hamas attack. Turned out the visuals were from Egypt, and they were shot sometime last year. But in the last few days, these pictures have been shared more than 900,000 times. The third video is of a rocket attack. It shows a salvo of rockets being fired. Social media claims these are Hamas rockets. They say the rockets are being fired at Tel Aviv. The video turned out to be an old one, and it wasn't even from Gaza. It was from Syria a few years ago. The fourth and last piece is from the world of football, and this one's been widely shared. Here is what it claims. Football superstar Ronaldo is holding a Palestinian flag, and he's showing solidarity with Palestine. The truth is, this isn't even Ronaldo. This is a photo of a Moroccan footballer. He's called Jawad El Yamik, and this is a photo from last year. It was taken during the 2022 World Cup. So I've shown you 4 examples. I could come up with many more, but you get the idea. Fake news is more rampant than bomb sirens in Israel and more damaging than the missiles landing on Gaza. This war is being fought on the digital battleground too. It is flush with misinformation, and this is not a first. It happened in 2021 during the Gaza war. It happened again in 2022 during the Ukraine war, and it still happens. And now we are seeing the same story play out in Israel, although on a much larger scale. Fake stories and photos are circulating on social media sites, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, you name it, and they have fake news.
There were 10 African American presidents before Obama. Who were they? Joseph Jenkins Roberts, Stephen Allen Benson, Daniel Bashir Warner, James Spriggs Payne, Edward James Roy, James Skibbering Smith, Anthony William Gardner, Alfred Francis Russell, William David Coleman, and Garrison Walter.
How have you been able to pull this off and haven't had the FDA step on your toes?
Well, the FDA came for me, but you know, being
but they did.
But being legally astute, you know, I was able to navigate. The FDA taught me a very valuable lesson, man, that I've been able to run with. Your mind has to work a certain way, man, in order to really, you know, benefit in life. You know, so I believe in respect. I believe in property rights, what have you. And so when the FDA says that, you know, you're making claims for diabetes and herpes and cancer, what have you, and it's against the law, a person like me steps back and look at it and like, wait a minute, these are words in the English language, medical words, but still in the English language. What do you mean it's against the law for me to use them? I don't have the right to use them. And so that's when I learned, like, wow, like we're dealing with copyright infringement. Like these words, these disease words, these are disease words. They belong to the government. And it clicked. It's like, that's their property. They make a lot of money off of this. They control people with this. And so I came up with organs. I came up with organ words. Liver, lungs, kidneys. It just clicked. The FDA doesn't own your liver. It doesn't own your kidneys. It doesn't own your colon. It doesn't own your lymphatic fluid. It doesn't own your blood.
Our history. History of black people in the South. History of black people in America. Of our slave ancestors. It's all buried everywhere out here. Deep underground. Pretty much everywhere you look, that's where our history is. In these vast, empty fields. In some places, they put up all these statues. You know, like all these Confederate monuments and statues you see everywhere. A lot of them is put up right on top of a slave burial field. It's like taking one history and putting it right on top of another. It's like taking one man's legacy, putting it on top of another. Till one day, it get pushed down so deep, buried so deep, can't no one ever find it no more.